Hello Gemini, and welcome to your June 2016 General Tarot Card Read. My name is Dee, and along with me is my dear friend Miss Lucy.
Hello.
First off, we'd like to say happy birthday to those of you that are born this month of June. We hope that you have a wonderful birthday and full of the things that you'd like to have in your life. So blessings upon you this time. So for those of you that are new to us and have happened upon us, welcome. And for those of us that are old, I'm just going to kind of go over what we've talked about before in the past. Lucy does a spread, I do a spread, and then we do a combined spread together. What this does is it literally gives you 3 reads in when you've got a general read. So keep in mind that it is a general read. If you don't resonate with one of these 3 reads, please go ahead and look at your rising sign. If you don't know what your rising sign is, go back a couple videos, and in the description I've got a link to a place where you can find out what your rising sign is. Okay, then we've also pulled 2 cards from your year in review for the month of June, and then we have 2 oracle cards for you. Sometimes we have 1, sometimes we have 3. It just depends on what we're being told. We were told to pull 2 this time. So we're going to start off with Lucy's read. She'll start off with the card that she got for the month,
And that is the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups here indicates good fortune in your achievements and that you're well satisfied in your life. If you do have a little bit of longing there in your heart, perhaps it's that you've neglected your creative side or something of that nature. So the advice here is, if you're feeling that pull, find a workable solution. Don't dwell on the negative aspects of your life, because you do have a good life. So if you, like I said, if you're feeling the pull, then find a workable solution for that, for your artistic, creative endeavors that you want to do, if that is so. Now, the Ten of Cups. Now, this card is called domestic bliss. As you can see, the family is there gathered together. The only one missing is the father figure. Well, perhaps he's standing outside looking in and just enjoying the view. You know, that could be. This card is again about joy and harmony and a life free of strife and conflict at the home front. The caution here is, don't get lazy about how you treat your loved ones, okay? Treat them with the respect and the consideration that they deserve, and everything will keep going smoothly in that direction. Now, the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, the Magician. Sorry about that. I was ahead of myself. The Magician here is serious person about serious business. Look at the look on his face. He's got them all under control. All the cups, all the suits, all of it. So this indicates that you are fully aware of your actions and the consequences that they have. You know, cause and effect, that kind of thing. So be aware that your choices are important. That's the message here. They are important. They're important to you, and they're important to your loved ones also. Because you affect them, they affect you. It's just the ebb and flow of relationships. It's the way they work. So the advice here is to be disciplined and responsible. Just don't go around willy-nilly making decisions that will frankly cause you pain and cause your loved ones pain. Use your will here. And this indicates that you have all the tools that you need at your disposal.
Right, neither of our mouths are working very good today.
Okay, now we're at the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is about the harvest. It's about after you've put in the hard work, after you've done your planning and you've gone through all of that, you've done your creative, whatever's you've done, it's your job, family, it's reaping the harvest here. So it is time to reap your harvest, to gather your rewards, and to make a decision also too, to calculate whether the time and effort you put in was worth the results that you got. Perhaps if it wasn't, you need to tweak your process a little bit. Tweak the amount of time or effort, or share some of that with another individual or several individuals. Get more done, get more relaxing time for you. But again, it's okay. Next is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is concerned more with the realistic functioning of everyday life. It's about creating a stable, healthy reality in your life, in your environment, which allows you to function at your best, to be your best, actually, here. It's about order, too. But it's all, if you can see the blue garments here, it's all out of love. It's all out of wanting to be your best, to do your best. So the caution here is don't be stifling. Don't just to have order. Don't neglect the other portions of your life, your creative impulses and all those kinds of things. Don't try to fit people into molds, because we're not all square and we're not all round. Some of us are actually diamond shaped or star shaped. We have points of light to us. Well, she's laughing now, but I'm totally serious.
I know.
It's how we are. It's the way we were meant to be. We're not all one thing and we're not all another. But again, use this energy, use the inspiration of the Emperor to be your best and to help other people be their best too. Okay? Now the World. To me, this card indicates a unity of self, a mastery over self. It's that moment in your life when you know you have done exactly what you were supposed to do. It's the realization in that moment that you have served yourself best. That's what it means to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, use the power and the influence of this card. Think about it. These are here for your use. They're not here to make us happy. They're here as advice. They're here as guidance. So use the guidance of the World. Okay? Get that awe moment if you can. And if you can't, it will come to you someday. Okay?
What a way to end up the month. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Good. Looks like
Yeah.
emotions and
Home life
Home
and
life are going
business
good.
well, the Emperor again is about the well functioning life. Yeah, it's about order and stability, yes, but there's a place in order and there's a place in stability for everyone. And perhaps that order and stability will lead you to your ah moment, to knowing that you know yourself inside and out, but especially inside.
Yeah. All right. For the month, I pulled the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is all about strength of will. It's about your thought process. It's about self-control. You can be a little bit stubborn, and it's so funny because I keep seeing this, that you need to be a falcon, because he's holding a falcon in his hand, and rise above the situations, look at it with clarity. And again, this is for my read, so keep that in mind. I also get that somebody really needs to obey the law this month. Now, that might be kind of a pat answer, you may think, but you will know when the situation comes. You need to obey the law. Do what you know you're supposed to do, because,
Order.
yeah, there's a reason for it this month. That's just for one person, though.
Yeah.
So you'll know who you are. The first card I received for the month is called the Sun. And, of course, the Sun is all about optimism. It's almost about the renewal and the joy that comes with it. It's about the life-giving power of the sun. And the thing about this is, I see somebody, you need to get outside and get out in the sun. I know that sounds kind of weird, because usually there's like a more esoterical meaning, but for some of you it's a literal get out in the sun. It's going to help you feel better. You need to get out and enjoy the time and kind of clear yourself and be optimistic about your future, because I see somebody with this Ten of Swords that they're just all bound up. They feel like they're being pierced on the back. They've given up. And it's almost like you've let that depression pull you down and drag you down to the point where you're done. You can't get the swords out of your back, and you feel like you're totally overwhelmed. But you need to get out and do what you need to for you. This is still going to be a good month, even though you feel like this. Feelings are feelings, they're not fact. And you need to keep remembering that as you're doing this month, because what you're feeling is just a feeling. It's not the fact. And the fact is you have a lot of good things going on in your life right now. So justice comes into play next, and she talks about balancing your emotions, keeping yourself as balanced as possible. So with that being said, don't let the depression overwhelm you, and then don't go where you're the other way too, where you're almost like a manic. That's not good either. So you need to keep as balanced as much as possible. She steps in and is going to help you with that, and hopefully bring clarity to the mind, because she's got a sword in her hand. I always see that too. The next card that I pulled is called the King of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles is a man who is dependable. He is somebody who's committed to his goals to the point where he has all the material wealth he could ever want. It's at his feet, and it's a lot, and it's really good.
Then he's just staring at it?
Yeah, instead of doing much with it too.
There you go.
But he's also a protector, and I think that for some of you, it's okay to be, it's okay to be dependable this month and commit yourself to your goals, but don't get so wrapped up in them that you only focus on that and not the people around you. Because that'll make it where you're not really protecting and helping like you should, the people that you care about the most. And right after him is the Queen of Cups. Now the Queen of Cups is somebody that's very, has a lot of empathy. She has a lot of instinct. She learns to control her emotions within. It's balancing her moods. And with my spread, you need to really work on balancing your moods. You don't want to become so materialistic with the King of Pentacles stepping in that you don't keep on with your emotions, and maybe you hurt somebody with what you said. That being said, I also see in this spread there's a relationship between a man that's a protector and, well, it could be a man or a woman. Please don't get me wrong. This is an embodiment of that particular, no, I see a guy and a woman. And you're pretty emotional, and he is more of a protector. And he's going to be stepping into your life. He will be a lot focused on materialistic things, so keep that in mind. But keep yourself as balanced as much as possible so that you don't get caught up in his materialistic too. But it's the beginning of a new relationship. I see the sun shining on it, and I think that it's a good thing. So again, it's all about self-control for you this month. It's about at times you're going to be feeling overwhelmed, but you need to actually get up, get outside, do some exercising, get out in the sun where you're feeling that. Don't get so caught up and bound up that you're sitting in the dark all the time. I see somebody doing that. They're just sitting there and they're depressed and they're in the dark and they're in their house. You need to get out. You need to go out and do something. You don't need to be sitting here watching YouTube. Get up and go, because it's going to help bring you back to where you need to be. It's going to balance you out, because you're going one way or the other too much. You need kind of a balance. Don't be stubborn, and obey the law this month as much as possible. Be dependable, but yet be loving, and balance your emotions as much as possible too. All right, so now we have, sorry, move the camera. Lucy's and my spread we're going to do together. With this spread, the month has a lot of masculine energy. Yes, this is strong, strong energy.
Yes, it is.
You have the emotions, but yet the chance of being apathetical. And then you have the thinking process, but then you can be a little too stubborn. So there's caution in both of them. You need to be in control of your emotions, but you need to not be so stubborn that you can't see the whole situation around you this month. So this will be, again, a really good balance between your mind and your emotions this month.
Yes.
For you. For this read, things are looking really good on the home front.
Yes, they are.
You got things are going really well at home. Love is doing well. You've got the sun shining upon you. It's worked out really good for you guys, and it's going to be a good month for that.
That's what you need to remember.
It's funny too, because when I see this like this, not yours on top. You know, again, it's all about realizing that you have these things under your control and not letting them overwhelm you to the point of where you give up. This is a learning experience for you. All of our lives are learning experiences, and I know that's kind of a broad sense, but it really is, and you need to remember that as you go through this month.
Because your choices are important. They're important to you, and they're important to the people around you. Okay, you have the tools that you need to get through this hard time here. This where you're feeling so oppressed and alone. You have those tools that you need.
And
draw on them.
And you're going to make mistakes, but you need to keep learning and keep moving forward. Don't be afraid to keep moving forward. Get up. Sure, sometimes you feel like you're taking one step back and two steps forward. It happens like that sometimes. But you have the resources available to you to continue moving forward because you've got some good stuff going on in your home right now.
Yes.
And then you put the Seven of Pentacles with Justice. I see that somebody has a balancing act. They're so wrapped up in their work right now and they're sewing that they're kind of not balancing out the rest of their life. So make sure you do that. You can plan ahead and sow what you need and replant, but don't let it get to where that's your only focus this month. You can't.
No.
You need to not do that.
That's where your judgment comes in also, too.
Injustice.
It's time to reap your rewards, but are they worth the price you've paid for them? So, again, perhaps there's some tweaking that needs to go on there.
This is really interesting because I see the Emperor, of course, is the one that everybody goes to.
Yes, he is.
And here's the King of Pentacles. I feel that for somebody, you need to go to an advisor about your money matters because you want to become like the King of Pentacles, but you're not there yet. So you need to seek the advice of somebody that would be a good financial planner or advisor. Go ahead and do that because with the Seven of Pentacles also in your spread like that too, you need to be really thinking about what you're planting now again.
Yeah.
Because now you're at a pretty good point in your life, but you need to look into what you're going to be planning for your future.
You want a healthy and stable environment. Yeah, you do. Which is your life, basically.
The World with the Queen of Cups.
Yes.
It's about that emotional completeness
Yes,
and
it
having
is.
that and feeling that way.
Yes.
And for some of you, you're going to be in a really good place emotionally right now. There's some that are having that depression issue, and that's why I think the Magician was paired up with that. But the World with the Queen of Cups, and I see that, and I also see somebody is going to find their world in a Queen of Cups. And again, that doesn't have to be just a female. It can be somebody who personifies that, and probably a water sign.
Yeah.
Scorpio,
Those are good together.
Pisces,
They really are, yeah.
Cancer, yeah. Okay.
There's a unity and a wholeness there.
All right, so the two cards that we received, the first one is pretty self-explanatory. It talks about serendipity. And for some of you, you're going to feel like you got the world this month and it's going to feel really good. And for those of you that are still kind of thinking about the things and getting depressed and everything, realize that there are bright new prospects on the horizon. You've got a good, strong end of the month with the World and the Queen of Cups, that your emotions are going to be taken care of and it's going to be a good thing for you. And like she said, it's the ebb and flow of your life, so keep that in mind.
Yep.
The next card is very interesting, and it's a long explanation, but it's very important, and we feel it's very relevant. So this one's called the Bone Collector.
It says, you are whole and have everything you need within. When the Bone Collector appears, she is asking you to look closely at your circumstances, to see if you are fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and we accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future, which, when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event, what we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was what was stolen from you in the wounding, and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find that you have it after all. Anything is possible. When awareness The wounds with awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you.
You know, sometimes we're our own worst enemy, and I just keep getting pulled back to the Ten of Swords and the Magician, you know, and this is again, I think it's for someone specific, but you've been battling this depression, but realize you do have the resources available to you, and you're going to make mistakes, but it's learning, and you do have the power. It's time for you to focus on that and not focus on your depression, and because you've got a lot of good things coming up for you. All right, Gemini, I think that's pretty much it. Can you think of anything else, Lucy?
No.
All right.
Not a thing.
Thank you for spending the time with us. We really enjoy being able to do this for you guys. If you have any comments, leave a comment down below. And if you like what you've seen, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're new to us, go ahead and subscribe if you'd like. Like I said, we do this once a month, and we kind of enjoy doing it. And we hope that we're giving you encouragement and empowerment to get through your life, because that's what's important for us to be able to do, to give to you. It's a gift in a way.
Yes.
So thank you for your time, and walk in peace, light, and love. We'll see you next month.
Goodbye.